Sarasota Tim goes to another restaurant. I wonder if he paid this time. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. I know I had a very long weekend. Yeah, I did. Started on Friday. Needed a few things, so we went out and about on Good Friday, and wow, it was crazy. The roads were crazy. People were driving crazy. There was people everywhere. And went to the store, and there was just, the parking lots were jammed. It was nuts. So, yeah. Ran around and got a few things done on Friday, and then Saturday went to one daughter's house and hung out with the weans and took the candy over and all that good stuff. And the next day, Sunday, was at the other daughter's with the other weans and did the same. And yeah, and then today was, it's spring has sprung. Shall we say? Yeah, I think the little cold snaps are over. It's getting warmer, and when it does dip down, it's not real cold, and the grass needs mowed, and the yard needs taken care of and looked after, and little projects here and there, so I'll be doing some things like that. So it's just been a real busy, long weekend, but I hope everybody had a good Easter weekend, or a Zombie Jesus Day, as we call it around here. All right, I have a whole bunch of eye appointments coming up. I have a cataract surgery on the eye that wasn't done yet. I had my one eye done many years ago, but the other one needs done, so I have to go in for a pre-op appointment. Then I got to go in for the day of. Then I have to go back in the day after, then a week after, and then a month after, and then I can finally get a new prescription and get new glasses, ones that actually work. So yeah, that's coming up. So it's going to be a whole bunch of eye doctor appointments, crazy stuff. But so yeah, I haven't really watched a whole lot. I've peeped in here and there, but there's really not a whole lot going on in the Nomad or YouTube world. We got Living Free, Cheap Off-Grid Living Mike. He did some kind of low testosterone video where he was yabbering about, you need testosterone to do this off-grid living. Well, I see some female channels that's just female doing off-grid living, and I don't think they have too much testosterone. Maybe they have as much as you do, Mike, because they seem to be doing things. I'm sure they get donations, but they're not begging and making wish lists and saying they're self-reliant when they rely on everybody else to buy them everything that they need to live self-sufficiently. So yeah, Mike's rambling around still doing his whole thing, and he put that other diesel heater on his wish list because he needs another one now because he had to use the backup to his backup. So come on, folks, before winter rolls around, you guys better get on there and buy Mike the shit that he needs so he can be a big testosterone-filled, self-sufficient. The guy just doesn't make any damn sense at all. Preaching this off-grid living self-sufficiency and relies on everybody for everything. Oh. And we have the unstoppable one. That's right, Morgan. She is back at it. She's been pumping out the live streams. She did one Easter Sunday, over 4 hours. So yeah, I guess there's a whole lot of people that, especially when you're on, let's face it, these people that are on here making money on YouTube, they can't afford to take a day off. They can't take off for vacations. They can't take off for holidays. They can't take off for their birthday or anything like that. They got to pump out videos, pump them out. They can't take a break. So yeah, Morgan's no different. She's got to crank out the live streams and for over 4 hours. But hey, what are you going to do? Speaking of that, did Preacher Tim, was he preaching the word on Easter? Did he talk about the resurrection? Did he speak all about I don't know. I didn't watch all his videos because he's still boring as shit, but I did skim through the titles and the thumbnails. I didn't see anything about Easter Sunday, Christ has risen. Go to church, nothing. I don't know what happened, Preacher Tim, but yeah, we'll get back to Tim in a minute. But first, we got to talk about Tater. That's right, the good old Tater Tot. Apparently, he was so tired of Quartzsite, as we saw a while ago when I reported on it. He's just fed up and he's got to take a break. So he got out of Quartzsite and headed to Texas. But remember the bus that he bought that overheated when it was empty the whole way down to Quartzsite? Well, guess what happened? Yeah, he got a big game system in there, and he got a big TV in there. But you know what he never addressed? You know what he never approached to fix? Yeah, that overheating problem. So yeah, he was crying and whining because it kept overheating the whole way on his travels. So don't worry about it, Tater. You just fix the inside. You put some more weight in that bus that had an overheating problem when it was empty, but don't address that. Get your security cameras up there. Get your fucking solar panels on the roof, and you get your video game in there. But don't worry about that overheating problem. That'll probably work itself out in the long run, don't you think? So yeah, keep on driving that bus there, Tater. So we'll see what happens when he gets back on YouTube and makes some videos. So it'll either be drama filled and oh woe is me and life is just so terrible and the bus is overheating and wah, or it will be, I don't know, guys, it overheated, but I can, and it'll be the happiest day and he's just so happy. So it'll be either one extreme to the other, whichever way he decides to play it, because he is that big actor. I mean, he went to school and everything, so yeah. I can't wait to see the next video. All right, let's talk about Timmy now. That's right, Tim. Sarasota Tim, what? Well, he finally went somewhere. Finally. Mr. Florida man decided to go somewhere else besides McDonald's and Walmart. Still not doing a whole lot of interesting things. He's just traveling around doing dumb shit. Again, like I said, I didn't see any mention of Easter from our big preacher man with all his blessings and things. You think he would be kissing God's ass right about now, but you know, hey, whatever. It's Timbo. He did do one thing I found quite entertaining. I watched a little bit. I skimmed through it, but I guess he was at Tight Pants Point and hanging out with Jolene and Teddy. I thought it was funny. He was with Jolene there for a while. Teddy was in sleeping, I guess. And there was this little squirrel and it was running around. He was just so enamored with the squirrel. We just saw the squirrel. At least we didn't see, the kitty. And you know what I mean? Jolene's little kitty cat. We weren't, sticking our camera up in her crotch or in her ass or anything, but we were watching the squirrel. But it was funny because he said something that I found very, very Timish. And that was, he said, we put some cat food down over there, and I think the squirrel wants to come in there and get that because we put some cat food. Yeah, we, Tim. Did you? Are you part of we? You went to visit. Now it's a collective we all of a sudden. Tim, you are something. It's always about you, isn't it there, buddy? Well, Teddy did finally wake up, and he came down and joined the little festivities there in the little tiki hut where Jolene was doing whatever. But yeah, Teddy sat down, and he seemed, to me anyway, he seemed to be rather annoyed at the presence of Tim. He wasn't all chippy and happy and, hey, buddy. And no, he seemed to be rather annoyed. And I think he couldn't wait until Tim packed his shit and got the hell out of there again. He didn't seem very happy to me at all. He was pretty short and pretty, I don't know, pretty weird with him. And then Jolene went over and laid a big old smacker right there on Teddy's lips. And yeah, I think that was a big slap in the face and a big fuck you. And yeah, the video didn't last very much longer after that. Tim was out of there. But yeah, I found it quite humorous and just a tad bit entertaining because yeah, Teddy wasn't having it. I don't care what anybody says. He was not happy to see Tim at all. And I guess Timothy, Mr. Baker, decided he was going to visit his son and say, see, I see my kids. once every 3 or 4 years. I see my kids. But yeah, I guess he was with his son, and I guess his son recommended a restaurant to go to. We know what happened the last time Tim was recommended a restaurant. Tim went in there with his wallet sewed shut with a lock on it and was like, hey, no, I know it's a high-end restaurant, and this I'm not going to get out of here with less than $200, but I'm not pulling out anything. So yeah, he did the little scammy thing. Him and Tammy did the scammy. But yeah, they went to this J. Alexander's, I think. So yeah, and I was looking, and he's eating ribs and stuff, but a big baked potato and a big pile of coleslaw and some other stuff. I don't know what diet he's on now, but whatever it is, he's not following, unless it's the seafood diet, which is I see it and I eat it. So whatever this healthy horse shit Tim's going to pull now and say, I'm changing this and I'm changing that and I'm going to do this because it's you know, you have to be you have to have self-control and this and that. Yeah. You have none, Tim. You have none. As soon as you spouted you were going to stick to the Mediterranean diet, you didn't stick to it. When you said you were going to be a carnivore, you didn't stick to it. When you said you were going to be some kind of, what did you say, Atkins, you didn't stick to it. Now, what are you on that? Nothing. You ain't sticking to nothing because you do have no self-control. Just like you're a minimalist and you got all kinds of shit, you're not a minimalist, and you don't stick to any diet because you have no self-control. But yeah, I don't know what diet he's on, but we'll see what he calls it because he's the expert on everything. Maybe that's why he didn't talk about Easter and Christ has risen, because I think maybe Tim thinks that he created the fucking earth. But anyway, so we're gonna have to see. We have to wait. Tim left a little cliffhanger. He was like, we're going to eat this. Look good. We're going to eat this. And I'll tell you, I'll give you a little review when we're all done. And that was the end of the video. So much like the other one that he left it hanging. And then the next day, oh yeah, folks, I told them their shit sucked because I didn't jizz in my pants. So yeah, I wasn't paying for that. So I wonder what we're going to hear this time. Was it the greatest meal he ever had in his life? These were the best ribs I ever had in my life. Or is he going to say, yeah, it wasn't that great. So I told him that, yeah, the cold slaw was a little dry. So they gave me a free this and a free that. I wrapped it up and took it home and ate it because it was that good. But I told him it was shit. I don't know. What are we going to do? Is Tim going to pay for it? Or is he going to, oh, well, I went and visit my son. So maybe my son should grace me with paying the bill since I graced him with my presence. I don't know. I can't wait to see what Tim is going to say about his little Easter dinner with his kid, because there's quite a few plates on the table. And so will Tim pull out his wallet and pay for a meal for everybody? Will Tim scam the restaurant and make up an excuse not to pay for at least one or two of the meals? What do you think? Leave me a comment below. Do you think this low-life, cheapskate bastard, minimalist, wannabe, high-class, middle-class, entrepreneur, biggest YouTuber ever on the planet, do you think he's going to actually pay for something? Or is he going to dine and dash once again?
This is Blind Views. That's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.